think I turned some sounds down. Let's fix all that shit up. Woo! You're no longer starting stream soon. We have started now.
Oh,
hey.
We're live.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, I've been looking forward to doing this. Welcome to Pokemon X and Y. I used to think it was like embarrassing to do that dumb joke, but now I really relish it.
Correct.
My name's Brendan.
And I'm Bianca.
We were just talking about how we need to put a highlight reel together. Well, not a highlight reel too, but put together a video to explain what the show is. But I'll do it now anyway. Because seeing as the image that I've got right now has nothing to do with Pokemon.
It's just a little just a little appetizer on the way to our main course.
Exactly. We will be talking about it. So don't worry. But yeah, so the idea is that we take a Pokemon each episode, we talk about its design, and a little bit of the history. I've got a lot of history to talk about today, which is why I wanted to bring that up.
Today's topic does have a rich history,
but
across all forms of media.
There's a lot of conceptual ideas going on with this one. But before we start, you and I, one of the other things that we share in common, other than liking Pokemon, is playing MMOs. One MMO in particular, which is not Final Fantasy 14, despite what you may think.
I've actually got a little bit of a fun fact for you in relation to Final Fantasy, whichever one it is, 14.
Yeah.
I should know because I bought it yesterday. It's on sale. It was like 60% off, so I bought it.
Nice.
So that could be me. What you've got on screen right now.
That could be me.
I believe. That could be me.
The thing is though that there's like the thing with this is a new race for Final Fantasy 14, by the way, come with the new expansion. I only just realized this when I was typing up notes. They already have cat people.
And they've also just added rabbit people.
Yes. They sure have.
Which my partner is extremely pleased about. He loves those rabbit people.
They're female only though.
Rabbit women.
Yeah, rabbit women. And then these are lion boys only. It generated a bit of controversy because of that reason. I think it's very relevant to our interest though. So
absolutely right up our alley.
People got that's right. I got Final Fantasy and all the expansions up to Stormblood for free from Domino's. It was a promotion that they were doing.
Why were Domino's giving it away?
I don't know. Don May just stepped in and was like
Don May. He was like, there's a I believe he must have done the market research and he's like the crossover between people that buy my pizzas and people that would be interested in Final Fantasy 14.
It
must have been a tipping
one
point
circle.
That became worth it. The Venn diagram is just a circle.
Yeah. So I know you haven't played Final Fantasy 14, but the blue dudes up the back, they're called Ronso, which are basically like a race of blue mages. And the picture that I've got up now, on the bottom is what the main Ronso looks like, Kamari. On the top is what they look like in FF14. And I was like, how do they look worse? Like after like 20 years or something like that? They look way worse. They look really, really derpy. Yeah,
the fact of the matter is he's got like a cat mouth and that just looks bad on a humanoid body.
You can't.
I don't think there's any way to make that work.
No, you can't deny that he has a little cat mouth.
He does have a little cat mouth. It's the sort of mouth where like you can see him just doing a little meow coming out of it, which does not go with the aesthetic that he's presenting to me at all.
True. So let's move on because I have a lot to talk about this episode with our star, which is Porygon, a Gen 1 Pokemon, which is always exciting for people. So I really wanted to talk about Porygon for a couple of reasons. I think it's a really, really interesting Pokemon. before I start talking about Porygon though and its evolution line, we have to talk about the entire history of video games.
Here's a can of worms that is being opened without fear by you.
I'm ready to do it. So the first Pokemon games were Red and Green, which when they came to the West, they were changed the name to Red and Blue. That came out in 1996. So 1996 was a huge year for video games. There had been 3D games before, but I think 1996 is where you really saw them come into their stride. And I think one of the big ones was Super Mario 64. It was really significant for being... it was a system seller for the Nintendo 64. Also showed off that video games and platformers can work in 3D space. People weren't really too sure about like how it would actually go about, and these are these big open worlds. I also wanted to bring out Crash Bandicoot 1 because I think there's a Did You Know Gaming episode on it, but that was also a system seller for the PlayStation 1, which came out in the same year. It also did a lot of really interesting things with how it renders polygons. I can't explain it fully because I'm not a nerd. But there's like,
Really?
no, I hate video games. But the way that it works is like they figured out a way to make it so only what you could see on the screen would load. So it made it so they could add in like way more polygons than PlayStation 1 games were used to. If you don't know what a polygon is, I know you know Bianca, but a polygon in referring to for video games is referring to like one particular shape. So if there's a character with smooth edges like Mario and his nose over here, that means that there's going to be a lot more polygons because there's a lot more different angles. Basically, whenever there's an angle on a character, that's a polygon.
Or an edge or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So one triangle is one polygon, a 3D triangle, I should say. So in 1996, 3D really hit the big time in June when Quake came out. Had full real-time 3D rendering, which is crazy for 1996, and early support for something called 3D acceleration, which just means making things smooth.
Sounds remarkably familiar to our good friend hardware acceleration. I'm sure they're not related.
Oh boy, fucking bane of my bloody existence.
I think you'll just have to flick back to the Discord call because I think the video is frozen on the stream.
Oh shit, it's frozen with you.
That's right.
With some gum.
I know it's not a very flattering, not a very flattering point that I got stuck on.
Let me turn. Oh no, that's just me. I don't know why it hasn't come back. You may just be a voice.
Okay. I can turn my video off and back on. Maybe that'll fix it.
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be good because I have more things to talk about with 1996.
Yeah, please continue.
The 1996 also had, just for reference, Resident Evil 1, Mario Kart 64, Diablo 1, Tomb Raider 1, and Tomb Raider 1, all of which are actually, I don't think Diablo 2 is actually, I'm pretty sure that's actually 2D sprites. But there's still 2D games coming out like Pokemon, for example, but also Donkey Kong Country 3 and Persona 1 came out in 1996 as well. Which,
Persona 1?
Yeah.
What a fucking year.
I know.
What a year.
Gotta wait till
crazy.
Gotta wait till 1998 though, which is when like Metal Gear Solid comes out and everything goes fucking mental.
When the real shit starts.
So with that context, we can move on to Polygon. So the main thing that I wanted to point out, actually, I'll talk about Polygons. Fuck, I'm going to keep doing this. We were doing it when we were talking. I'm going to keep calling it Polygon by accident because I watch a lot of Monster Factory videos. His name is Porygon though. I'm going to talk about the in-game lore because there's some fucking funny shit. There's some really great Pokédex entries. First of all, another big can of worms. I should have called this episode Can of Worms.
Yeah.
A Pokemon that consists entirely of programming code, capable of moving freely in cyberspace. So, is Porygon a Digimon?
Oh my god. Why did you have to say this to me?
Pretty sure Porygon's a
This explains why I
Digimon.
like Porygon so much, because it's secretly a Digimon.
Exactly.
You know, and it doesn't. It's like a weird. It's a very. Oh, I was about to say weird. It's not that weird. It's a very unique Pokemon.
Mhm.
Like, I couldn't believe this is like a sleeper agent from the digital world.
Yeah, it doesn't match the aesthetic of anything else in the Gen 1 games, and I'm glad to see here that you like it. You like Polygon. Fuck Porygon. I'm glad to hear that you like Porygon. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think the stream's still fucking lagging like crazy because I'm on ADSL, which is awesome.
As am I.
Hell yeah.
And mine is so poor. I just hotspot my phone to do this.
Nice.
Good news is that my video is back, which is a good start.
I don't think it's back on stream.
It's okay. It'll get there.
Okay, we'll leave it for now. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm glad to hear that you like Porygon. I was going to wait till a bit later in the episode to ask your opinions, but yeah, I'll deliver my opinions in it. Actually, no. Fuck it, let's do it now.
Yeah.
So I think it's in all of Pokemon, it's one of the strongest conceptually. After hearing Giratina's entry from you, I think there's some contenders, but I think really, really strong conceptually with this cyberspace thing going on. And it's why I was talking about the history of video games is because the context that it came out in. I think it's really interesting that Porygon being like this cyberspace Pokemon was supposed to be modern at the time, and it was representing the idea of 3D games. However, if you look back at it now, it seems retro-futuristic, which is cool in its own way. I think that's really interesting, and they couldn't have intended that to happen, but I think it's aged like a fine wine. Like, Porygon's meaning has become a totally different thing.
It looks very like emblematic of that kind of like 90s design.
Yeah.
Like, in a way that is different to all of the other Pokemon. Like, all the other Pokemon, like, you know, with the way that Pikachu looks is its own thing, but this is like very much of all of the sort of weird and different kind of animation things that came out around that time, I think.
Yeah, totally. I'll go through some of these Pokedex entries as well. Some of the other ones.
Hit me with them. Love the Pokedex entry.
This Pokemon is copy protected, so it cannot be duplicated by copying. So Porygon has inbuilt DRM, which I think is really funny.
It was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Before the rest of the world, while the rest of the world was sleeping on DRM and copyright protection.
Well, Nintendo, that's why they had cartridges. So this is where shit gets kind of weird, and I didn't know about any of this. So the only Pokemon that people anticipate can fly into space, none has managed this feat yet, however. That can't be true.
Isn't there one that Pokemon do come from space? We've got that.
For the time, sure. But retrospectively, that has been proven not to be true.
Yeah. You gotta update these dex entries, mate. Keep up with the times.
Come on, Pokemon Blue, update your entries. Speaking of which, they actually did. So this is in Pokemon Sun and Moon. This Pokemon was created using the cutting-edge science of 20 years ago. So many parts of it have since become obsolete, which I think is really, really cool. That they mentioned how retro it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think it kind of sucks that actually before we get into that, is there anything else you wanted to comment on in terms of Porygon's design or anything like that?
I just really like him.
Yeah.
And I don't have like any particular reason why I like him, I just really like him.
Yeah, I think the color, like, I can't believe I've fucking done it again, but another pink Pokemon. But this time there's actually contrasting colors, which is nice. There's a blue. Also,
I don't know if it's pink. I always definitely think it was more like a pale red. I suppose pale red is just pink. I don't know. That's just how I thought of it in my brain.
So I don't know if this comes across, but like it's supposed to be sort of shaped like a bird or a rubber duck.
Yeah, definitely get that vibe.
Yeah, cool. It becomes even more apparent as the evolution goes. So,
It's got the blue. It's got the blue, like blue bit on its mouth is its beak. Like,
yeah.
That's what it is, right? Like that's so definitely you can see the bird resemblance.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of held back by the fact that it's normal type because it doesn't really fit into anything. I would say like electric and or psychic. But it made me think of a big question, a third can of worms, if you will. If you could introduce a new type, what would it be? I don't know if you need a bit of time to think about this.
Boy. If I could introduce a new type, what would it be? So, all the elements are pretty much done. I reckon maybe like, I don't know how to phrase this, but maybe some sort of kind of like an astral type, or like just magic, maybe. I feel like that's
magic.
Maybe that's like just magic type, because then like you could make what was it called? Breakson. That could just be fire magic instead of whatever, like fire psychic. It would make more sense.
Yeah.
The other thing that I could think, which like, and this ties straight back to Polygon, is like electron, like not like digital type, I guess, because they've already got electric, so it's kind of like hard to differentiate between the two. But I definitely think my first call would be magic, because there's like literally limitless possibilities. And the second one is like it's something to do digital, and then you could have fucking Digimon in Pokemon, and my dream would come true finally. That's given me what I've waited for my whole life.
Oh, I can't wait till we talk about Digimon in depth. I went like really similar with my thoughts. My first one was space, which astral sounds way cooler than space. Space would also mean Palkia. It doesn't have to be a water type Pokemon.
Is Palkia a water type?
Palkia is a water dragon Pokemon. Yeah. So
okay, well,
the other one,
like dragon is. Dragon would lose a lot of types if our ideas went live, because I feel like dragon's a bit of a catch-all for like a weird thing, like a powerful Pokemon. It's just like, oh yeah, it's part dragon. Giratina's just part dragon for reasons. Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I thought space would be cool, but I think that astral would be a way cooler concept, because space is a bit like open-ended. The other one I had was Mecha, which is going with your idea of digital, but it has steel as well. Yeah. But I think digital is a better idea than. But yeah. So I also have a bit of information. I mean, not a bit of information. The sprites, right? So I've brought them up on the screen now. These are all from Gen 1. So
I can tell.
Yeah. On the left is red and blue. On the right is yellow, and in the middle is red and green. So the one in the middle was the original, and then they just fucked it up.
Yeah, it looks derpy as all fuck in red and blue. Like, it looks stupid. It looks extremely stupid. In yellow, it kind of looks like it's just too small. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just looks like they've tried to squish it. They've made the body too big, and the heads had to be squished in, like to the sprite parameters of how many pixels it had to be. But like that front-on view, that's cursed image. The front-on view, I don't like it at all.
Front-on is cursed.
It is. Look, searching Arceus from the front is how I got that image of Sonic last time. So I think we can agree that looking like Pokemon frontal view is not good ever.
Correct. So tripping over my bloody words. I'm nervous to be around Porygon so much. Some really good names in Cantonese and Mandarin. Cantonese is Cube Monster, which is cool.
Cube Monster.
Yeah.
I love it. That's great.
Mandarin is 3D Dragon.
3D Dragon. That's rad.
Yeah.
Those are both excellent Chinese names.
And in most other languages, it's just Porygon, which I thought was interesting, including Japanese. So
Interesting.
yeah. So at this point in my research, I was like, all right, time to move on. But I forgot something. Do you know what I forgot?
I mean, I know what comes on the next slide.
Yeah.
I had forgotten until I saw it on the slide. I had completely forgotten, even though we've talked about it on this show before.
I completely forgot to write some notes. Well, I eventually went back and wrote some notes about the episode 38 incident. So we talked about... Infamous. It's literally infamous. We talked about this on our first episode, which you can go see on YouTube, which is YouTube, whatever the thing is, /X and Y.
YouTube.com.
YouTube.com, whatever. Who cares? Everyone knows how to search for a YouTube thing now. You'll
There's
find
a link.
it.
There's a link. There's a link underneath. I've put it in the description of
There
my
is.
channel underneath the stream.
So, seeing as this is a Porygon episode, I'll go through just a rundown of what happened, in case you don't know. So, on the 16th of December in 1997, an episode of the Pokemon anime aired. It was titled Computer Warrior Porygon, which is also fucking cool.
Fuck, Porygon's awesome.
I know, Porygon is so good.
Yeah.
So after during the episode, more than 600 people, the large majority of which were kids, suffered seizure-like effects, or just straight-up seizures, from watching the episode. Yep. The issue was a 4-second clip where red and blue lights flash rapidly. I'm not going to show you the clip because, I respect people, but
yeah, that would be bad to just cause people to have epileptic fits.
Yeah, but I watched it last night and took some screenshots so I could show you. So it's basically these two images on the screen flash back and forth, and I think you can imagine what happens if a red light and a blue light flash back and forth really quickly. There's also about 1, possibly 2 seconds where it's Ash isn't on the screen. It's just red and blue light, flashing on the screen really, really quickly. It actually gave me a little bit of a headache when I was watching it. I don't know if it was just because I was thinking about whether I would have a seizure or not, but
no, eyes are sensitive. It's like when you have your eyes closed, you can tell, even if a light was being shined at your face, even if your eyes are shut, you can tell. It's let's do that, but with coloured lights flashing repeatedly at you, and also your eyes are open.
Yeah. So the show didn't start back up again until April of 1998, 4 months later, and since then Porygon has never featured in a main role in the anime. Porygon's been in the background, and if there's a compilation of Pokemon going across the stream or stuff, but that's it. And this is just blacklist, yeah. So this is despite the fact that Pikachu was actually the one that used the attack which caused the red and blue strobe light. So Porygon took the fall. So what I'm trying to say is Porygon is a martyr, and possibly Jesus. Who knows?
He died for our sins and was resurrected digitally in the digital world.
He went back to his home planet, the internet. So now we can move on to Porygon 2, which came out in Gen 2. So they expanded the concept, which is, I think it's fun. Obviously, the concept now being that you have smooth edges on 3D models rather than just big chunky 3D polygons. From a lore perspective, pretty much is summed up with this one where it says this upgraded version of Porygon is designed for space exploration. It can't fly though, so that
then how does it explore space?
It doesn't. It fights in Pokemon battles.
Of course. That's how foolish of me.
I mean, it's okay. It looks kind of goofy. It's not the worst. The other thing about it is that it now has some sort of AI. So Porygon, there's all these descriptions saying that it can only do what it was. Oh, jeez. I just added in a new slide there. Don't worry about that. So the idea is that it's upgraded with software. And so
new software.
Yeah. So now it has AI, so it can do things it wasn't programmed to do, whereas Porygon can only do what its programming tells it to do. It also represents a concept called subdivision, which refers to smooth polygonal surfaces in 3D rendering. So that's pretty much all I have to say about...
That's a mouthful.
Yes. That's pretty much all I have to say about Porygon 2. But now that we've got all that out of the way, I can start the episode on this week's topic, which is Porygon Z. Yeah.
Yeah. Literally tell me the answer to the question, what is different? Because it looks like he grew a spike on his head between Porygon 2 and Porygon Z. He grew a spike on his head and he like learned to stand on his tail.
Yes.
Because it's like functionally exactly the same. And that's kind of it. You know,
it's actually functionally worse.
I don't like it. Like, its eyes are bad.
The eyes are very bad. They're very bad.
I don't know why they decided to like not have a white eye with black dots, and they instead decided that let's just have a yellow eye with a black ring in it, which has never been present before. That's a new feature, I guess. I like it's a feature.
So,
yeah, not a fan. Not a fan.
So I'll dig into it because there's some lore going on. It's a really cool.
Oh, okay. It's something to explain this.
Yes. The concept is really good as well. The design is just really arse. So the idea is that they were trying to upgrade Porygon 2 again so it could work in alien dimensions.
Alien dimensions.
Alien dimensions. Which is fun.
Okie dokie.
So, okay, I'm trying to figure out where to start with this. This is
a lot to unpack.
Yeah, this is. So this is from a Pokédex entry. Its behavior is noticeably unstable, which is apparently due to the incompetence of the engineer who updated its programming. So there's some lore going on there, right?
Okay. So throwing the software engineer under the bus immediately. Yeah. Nice touch. very true to life.
Very generous. So the way that Porygon Z evolves, you have to attach a item called a dubious disc onto Porygon 2 and trade it. So
you're installing malware now.
Yeah, basically. So the Pokédex entry says there's incompetence on behalf of the engineer. However, the name dubious disc implies like intent to be dubious, intent to do ill will on poor Porygon.
Is the implication then that like you some other entity, i.e. you, the Pokemon trainer who's not a software engineer, gives the disc and then the software engineer just trusted you and was like, yeah, this disc is probably fine. It's come from a Pokemon fan, it's reputable. He's just a victim of like a scam, like social engineering.
Well, here's the thing, right? There's some cool ideas going on. On this side of the screen, you've got alien dimensions. On this side of the screen, you've got an engineer who is either incompetent or is trying to corrupt Porygon with some malware. And it'd be great to explore these concepts. However, Porygon is banned from the anime, so we'll never learn. And that is incredibly upsetting. And this is...
Do you think though that because they've created all of this, there's ever a chance that they might just make like you know how there's this Giratina the movie? Maybe they'll make Porygon the movie, like a direct-to-video Porygon movie, or like a special, like explored in another way outside of the anime, given that it's very clearly blacklisted. There's
nothing I want more in this world than that. However, I highly doubt that that's going to happen, unfortunately, which is really sad. But going on this Porygon journey, I was like, I'm upset that it has such a sad ending, that Porygon was thrown under the bus by Pikachu, and now Porygon's alien dimension engineer, who's either a villain or bumbling protagonist, will never be explored, most likely.
I mean, I think they obviously, like, because they could have, if they wanted to really, like, kill off the Polygon idea, then surely they would have just, like, not bothered to create all these evolutions for him. But Porygon Z, like, came out after that anime episode, right?
Porygon 2 came
like,
out after it.
Yeah, well, oh, yeah, of course. But, you know, they're not... I just feel like, why would they have added all of this into the actual game and then just been like, eh.
I know. It sucks. It sucks.
Tragedy.
Yeah.
It's exactly how I felt like when I found out the Giratina was actually really awesome.
Yeah. That's fair.
Why did Nintendo do me so wrong? God, did Game Freak do me so wrong?
Why you gotta do me dirty like that, Game Freak?
I got done real dirty.
That's actually it. That didn't take up as much time as I thought it would. If you want to go on to your Pokemon.
Yeah, I've got one.
Yeah, I'll need to get the slides up. I need to turn... How do I...
Good.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn all my shit off first. So I can navigate through the Discord and find it without exposing all of our... Actually, no, never mind. Wait.
It should just be... Hang on. What if I post it in the...
No,
see?
Send it to me as a DM. That will work.
Yeah. That.
Hey. Oh no, no. Spoilers. Jeez.
Spoilers, sorry.
That's okay. We're up.
Okay.
We're in.
We're up.
I haven't read any of this, by the way, so.
Oh, good. I'm glad that everything will be coming as a surprise to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Banette is that little sweet little thing down in the corner. It will kill you is my thesis, I guess. Banette will kill you. It's not like it might kill you. There's a possibility. You're in danger. It's a predetermined fact. And that's why I call it the cursed Pokemon. That's not its real name, you know, like the electric mouse Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
It's not. I'm calling it the cursed Pokemon.
You mean the meme cursed?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I see. I would say Banette, but I'm probably wrong.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think we've established that I don't know how to say any Pokemon's name correctly because I couldn't even say the one that we talked about last week that I'm not going to bother pronouncing again. I know that I learned saying that wrong. Arceus,
Executor. Yeah.
Yes, Executor.
Executor. Okay. I'll move on.
I say it Banette. I say it Banette in my head, but I could be Banette. I don't know. We may never know.
Fair.
Mitch reckons it's not Banette. Mitch reckons it's Banette. So I'm getting some support by my audience in the room.
That's fine.
So on the second slide, I've collected some fun facts about this Pokemon. So it's the whole premise of what it is that it's a discarded toy that was so hurt and just got real cut about the fact that it was discarded that it just up and turned into a Pokemon. Which, I mean, it just got so full of negative energy that it just became alive.
Look, we've all been there.
Yeah, look, I've felt so crap sometimes, you know, and I've just thought, man, I really could just turn into a pocket monster about it. You know, it's where my feelings are taking me.
I have to interrupt you real quickly. Banette evolves from Shuppet, right?
It does. Don't worry. I know.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense.
It evolves.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Don't worry. We'll get there.
Okay.
These next few dot points I've taken pretty much verbatim from Wikipedia. Possessed by pure hatred. That is the phrase that they used.
Yeah.
And it has been driven to life by a powerful grudge. So not only is it so upset that it got thrown away, it harbors deep resentment and like a single-minded purpose, which is to like enact revenge and like get payment on the grudge that it's got against the kid, because they're toys, has thrown them away. So like if you've ever thrown away a toy, just think that it's just turned into a Banette and it wants to come and kill you because it's so upset that you threw it away.
This is like some Toy Story shit.
Don't worry, we'll get there.
Okay.
So it has to zip its energy inside itself or it will fall out. If you notice that its mouth is a zip, and then when it gets to Mega Banette, there's multiple zips involved.
Jeez.
It's so full of negative energy, it's just got to zip it up. Otherwise it'll just leak out and lose the source of its power, I guess. Which is why it's got the zipped up mouth. It looks like that.
It's like Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas, or where I know it better from, Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I was about to say, I haven't seen that movie, but I have played a level in Kingdom Hearts. It has and I don't know its moveset well enough to know whether or not this is actually how it works in the game too, because I know that there is like the curse move in the game. I'm sure I know this. It's a ghost Pokemon, it would make sense.
Yeah.
That it's capable of cursing other people by using itself as a voodoo doll and just sticking pins in itself, which is emo as hell. That it's just going to just like start just stabbing needles in itself because it's so full of negative emotion. It's just got to curse somebody. This guy's he's feeling real down about everything.
It's just making me think that is it supposed to be based on like a voodoo doll? I think it's like the idea, I'm guessing, like as well as being the toy.
There's definitely elements of that in it, definitely.
And I was thinking it'd be cool if they went full voodoo doll and had like a water ghost Pokemon. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, no, I know we kept talking over each other, that's alright. I totally agree, like, but at its core, what is a voodoo doll if it's not like a little toy thing, right? Like it's a little plush toy of a person that you just do. And that's kind of, a toy is, a voodoo doll could be a toy by the very definition of the term. It's like a plush thing.
Yeah, sure.
So, as I said, driven to life by a powerful grudge, so it will seek out the one who abandoned it.
Cool.
And if you love it enough, it will revert back to its toy form.
So that sounds bad.
That sounds like the opposite of what you want as a Pokemon trainer, right? Like,
yes.
You don't want your guy to go away. You want your guy to stay in your party. So what, treat him mean, keep him keen? Is that what we're going?
Oh my god.
Right all along?
It's like fucking Jesus Christ. It's like what's the term? Making someone codependent. Anyway. Interesting.
Yeah. Like do you have to neg Banette?
You have to gaslight Banette.
Yeah, you have to gaslight him, absolutely. Because like that, I feel like it's kind of a nice touch where it's like, if you raise it with enough love and care, like it will turn peacefully to the toy form, which is its original form. But like in practice, that just sounds like an awful thing. Like, why would a trainer find an evil spirit that is hellbent on getting revenge on like someone? It's not you, because otherwise it would kill you. And like just deal with that. No gain. Feeling good about it, I guess. Just a real good Samaritan type, maybe. When it levels up in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, its verbatim quote is, "Leveled up. I can feel my grudge building."
Man, I fucking love Banette.
I know, right? It's like, it's so like campily dark and just edgy. All of that vibe.
Yeah, I actually really liked it before, but this is my energy is building up. My love energy. It's going to turn into a toy soon because I love it too much.
Yeah. So, given that it's like a discarded toy that has now like come to life full of negative energy, that's why I've included a picture of Justin McElroy during the Doll Watch segment.
Oh, okay. I was trying to remember what it is. That makes sense.
I was trying to get the thing where they had like a Doll Watch, but it was really hard to screenshot that on YouTube because it kept flashing.
That's fair.
So Banette, I think, if Pokemon were real, Banette would totally be on Haunted Doll Watch. Like, absolutely. I think.
Cool. Next slide.
So if we go to the next slide, unless there's anything else you want to cover on the facts that I've presented.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah. So when we were talking about like its origins, right, and like what it's based on and stuff like that. So it's called its actual title is the Marionette Pokemon, which it doesn't look anything like a marionette unless I have a fundamental misunderstanding of what a marionette is, which I don't think I do.
No, a puppet.
It looks nothing like a marionette, like at all. So that's a bit of a misnomer.
Okay.
It is the Haunted Doll Pokemon or the Cursed Pokemon. Either of those I will accept as correct replacements for the fact that it's the Marionette Pokemon.
Yeah. I get what they were going for because Shuppet is a puppet and I guess Marionette is like another thing, but yeah, anyway.
Like, it would make sense if it looked even remotely like a marionette.
Yeah, that would be good.
Or at least regular Banette doesn't. So what Mega Banette looks like later, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Something that I think it's like where this whole idea has come from is butcher this pronunciation. Tsukumogami, which is the yokai of sort of like inanimate objects. So it's supposedly that if you have a tool, a healing tool, that I feel like that's just things that have existed for 100 years, then they will gain a spirit energy of their own and sort of become alive. And a really common example that I've seen in lots of different media has been like an umbrella with a leg and like that umbrella picture. Like I've seen that. It's an enemy, I'm pretty sure, in like Okami and many other things that I've seen. Like, that's a familiar image to me. Which is like an example of Tsukumogamis, like that umbrella thing.
A Shinigami! That's all I can think anytime you say that. God of death.
I also found when I was researching what Tsukumogami were, that really cursed image of a shoe, of a thong, a Japanese thong.
I thought that's what it was. I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, no, it's like a flip-flop that grew an eye and a mouth, because obviously it's a 100-year-old flip-flop that just came to life, which is pretty terrifying. So obviously in Banette's case, like, this is just this turned up to 11 with a super emo spirit.
Yeah. So the thing on the right, is that in... where was that screenshot taken? What was that screenshot of?
I'm pretty sure I got it from like yokai.wiki.com. Let me tell you.
Yokai and Sonic.wiki.com.
Yokai and Sonic.wiki.com. That's what I'm here for.
I just asked because it reminds me that the art's too good, but it reminds me, I just want to bring this up in case someone ever watches this YouTube video and knows what I'm talking about. It reminds me of this game that I played as a kid. It was called Monster Maker Ultimate Edition. It was just a fun little craft game where you would pull different parts from together to make a monster and play little mini games. It was very cute and very fun. And there's barely any information on the internet about it, which sucks. But yeah, anyway, if you've ever seen it, please message me at Brendan Foy on Twitter. My DMs are open. Yeah.
So I've just gone back to the website that I took that from. So the umbrella yokai actually has a name. It's called the Kasa Obaki. Don't know, I'm probably butchered that pronunciation again.
Well,
and it's just old umbrellas, or 100-year-old umbrellas that turn into yokai. And they've just traditionally got one leg and one eye. Sometimes they have arms, it looks like, but not always. There's been lots of the culture. They've been in games on the SNES. They're in Yokai Watch. They're in Neo. I'm almost 100% sure I've seen these in like Kirby. I'm pretty sure has these as enemies. So they're definitely like a well-known, I guess, example of this particular class of yokai.
Okay,
if that's the right term.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking it also looks like an enemy in Persona or SMT, even though it's not. But I could definitely see that as something like in SMT.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It fits how it looks fits that style.
Yeah.
Not so much the weird flip flop guy.
Oh
that's awful. I just want to put that image in there because I think it's a funny image.
Well, Persona does have a giant penis with tentacles riding around in a carriage, so you know.
True. That was great. And there's also, I love that one of your first like really difficult fights too was just like a Satan looking guy that's just sitting on the toilet.
Yeah. Bit weird, huh? Anyway.
Yeah. A weird one.
It's a weird video game. What's going on?
Japanese video games. Basically, I think too, like these 3 images, like the middle one and the right one, the shoe and the umbrella, obviously look like they're very similar, and then the net doesn't really look like it at all. It just looks like a Pokemon. Whereas I know in the past when we've like pulled out what perhaps the yokai inspiration behind the Pokemon could have been, like you could see the resemblance.
Yeah.
I can't really see this resemblance. It's only in like what they are, which is like inanimate objects that have acquired spirits. In this case, yeah, I get it.
The only thing that makes me think about the theme is the fact that it's got a zipper for a mouth. Other than that, I'm like, it just looks like a rad Pokemon.
Yeah, it just looks like a Pokemon. It doesn't look like... And I guess it would be hard to design a Pokemon that's like, this is a toy, because then it has to look specifically like a toy that people will recognise as a toy.
Yeah. And also, it's a bit on the nose.
Got that,
Sorry, it's a bit on the nose to, like... They make a lot of money from selling toys and merchandise. It'd be kind of weird to be like, here's a toy Pokemon.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like they pulled that off with Mimikyu, because that looks like that looks like a doll. Like, that looks like a fake Pokemon toy doll thing, you know?
Yeah.
They just weren't ready. They just weren't ready, that's all.
That's a great point.
Banette was a speed bump on the way to Mimikyu.
I feel like they made Pokemon Sun and Moon because Mimikyu was such a strong idea for a Pokemon. And they just built the game around that.
And I'm okay with that. That. Because I love Mimikyu.
Mimikyu's
Mimikyu episode.
Fucking rad.
I love Mimikyu.
We're supposed to be doing bad Pokemon, but...
No.
That's fine.
Okay, don't get me wrong. As cool as Banette is, it's not. It's a bad Pokemon and it will kill you. Let's not forget the title of this presentation.
Going back to the thesis, I like it.
Going back to the thesis, yeah. So, but the main thing too is I want to put those pictures there for comparison as to why it doesn't look anything like its yokai, its spiritual inspiration, like some of the other ones we have, which is a little... I understand it, but also it's like, it just looks weird when you compare it like that. If we go on to the next one, couple of points. The first one we've touched on. These bad boys are created by somebody discarding a toy, and that toy accumulating so much negative energy that it just becomes a Pokemon. And then you're also telling me that, oh, by the way, it evolved from this other thing? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. How can it's breeding? What? It doesn't make any sense. Come on, guys.
I just wanted to bring up the phrase, this bad boy can hold so many bad energy.
Yes.
Which might be the name of the episode.
It could be. It's definitely a contender for the name of the episode. It's incredible. Like, that was like the first thing you said, right? Like, doesn't it evolve? So what's with this backstory of it's created like from scratch? Like, it doesn't make any sense. They should have just made it created from scratch and then it can evolve into Shuppet, I guess. But no, they didn't do that.
Unless he hacked the game.
Other way around.
Yeah, that's weird.
Also included 2 notable. Pretty much every Pokédex entry just referred to the fact that that they were.
Emo as fuck.
Had a lot of negative energy, and they were emo as fuck. They wanted a grudge that they needed to, like, enact revenge on, and all that sort of stuff. For Mega Banette, extraordinary energy amplifies its cursing power. Personally, cursing power, holy shit, to such an extent that it can't help but curse its own trainer.
Why would you ever catch one?
Suck shit, Mega Banette owners. Imagine if you were a goody two shoes trainer type, and you're like, oh, Banette, I'm going to love and cherish our you so that you can return to your toy form, and then you do such a good job training it that it hulks out into Mega Banette and it curses you for your own trouble.
I feel like it's a cautionary tale. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Stay away, or maybe it's talking about nuclear deterrence, like Metal Gear Solid. Two great theories, I think.
Extremely powerful ideas, all of those. There's also one from a Pokédex entry for Shuppet, which is, there's a proverb that says, shun the house where Shuppet gather in the growing dusk. given what we know about Banette and Shuppet and the fact that like they feed off negative energy, something is telling me that if Shuppet are like gathering around a house, it means there's a lot of bad vibes coming out there, and maybe we shouldn't shun that. Maybe you should go and just check on them and make sure it's all okay.
Yeah, there's probably like a dead person inside that house. Like just
yeah,
calm
like
yourselves.
go and check on them, bro. Look after your neighbor.
Maybe Banette won't curse you if you show some compassion to another human being.
Maybe. You know, we'll never know. But I just thought that was really funny how like you would be actively encouraging people to shun where the Shuppets are around, and like maybe that would solve the Shuppet problem if you did the opposite of what it's telling you to do.
The Shuppet.
But hey, what would I know?
We got Shuppets in our house.
So the other two things is, of course, the names of the Pokemon in other languages. Classic for me. I love reading out what they are called in other languages. So Mandarin Chinese, it's called. Oh well, I'm not going to try and say that because I don't speak Chinese. Zhaowawa, maybe.
No doubt that's wrong.
Yeah. And it literally means cursing doll, which. It's pretty accurate, right? That's what it is. It's haunted doll.
It's cool. It's cool. Oh shit. Hello.
Are we still good?
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know what happened there.
That was pretty crazy. I think the call just randomly dropped.
Yeah. Are we still streaming?
We are, but I think you need to click on the call because I can see the just the random intro screen for it.
It's back for me. Back on my screen.
Cool.
Okay.
My video has been very stuttery. Jamie's been sending me screenshots of what my face gets stuck on, which is amusing.
Oh, I took a really good screenshot. I'll send it to you later. I want to make it into an emoji.
Excellent. Please. But the Mandarin Chinese name means cursing doll, which is, I think, it's a pretty good one because it is what it is. I do think I have to give the best alternate language name to the French, though. Not normally one that is coming up in this segment.
Not a humorous culture.
No, generally not known for its humorous Pokemon names. But it's called Banette in French. And the meaning is similar to English name. Also sounds like Brigitte.
Is that the Overwatch character? Oh boy.
Brigitte. I don't know. Like, it looks. If you see in the screenshot that I've taken, it looks like that's clickable.
Yeah.
It's not clickable on Wikipedia. No, when you click on it, so I have no fucking clue what the person who wrote this thing, why they thought it was like. It sounds like Brigitte. Brigitte isn't even like a word.
It is. I've looked it up on stream. It's a cod piece. Or a covering flap up. It's a cod piece.
Oh. What?
A strip that hides the opening of trousers/pants or underpants.
Wow, okay. Well, I have been on... Because I just thought that somebody didn't know how to spell baguette on Wikipedia and, like, just thought it was called baguette, and I thought that was really funny. That was mainly the reason I included it, so that's unlucky that it actually is true.
It is actually a thing, and it doesn't mean what you think it means.
Yeah. Well... Okay. Interesting.
I've got a lot to think about.
Why is it noteworthy that it sounds like a cod piece in French? It's got nothing to do with what Banette is.
I have no answer for you.
Yeah, it's okay. This is new hot content that we're uncovering.
I'm on a French Wikipedia article now. For Brigitte. La Brigitte is une piece de vitamin recovering la patate genitalia. I guess this means the Brigitte is a piece of clothing
of clothing
something
that covers
something
up
genitals.
the genital parts.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's all just I had in terms of, more actually fun facts.
Mhm.
If we go to the next slide, this is something that you did mention already. It's where this gets serious. What if I did a really good job on this slide, I think. What if Banette was real? In all honesty, mate, no one would live to adulthood. Because I don't know a single person who can honestly claim that they've never thrown away a toy. There would be bad times for everybody, including me. I've thrown away shit. Can you imagine my Furby fucking coming back to me?
Fuck
I'm
off.
still alive.
That's an idea for a Pokemon right
What
there.
was that? Yeah, a Furby that has become reanimated has its own will. So you talked about, like, what does this mean for Toy Story? Toy Story, obviously,
Yeah.
it's about toys. There's certain, allegories where they get casted away and they have to, like, find meaning. It's like, no, but, like, I need to be played with my owner. It's like, oh, but it's okay. I don't care about that owner, and Andy's going to give me to a new kid, and I'm going to bring a new kid new memories and stuff.
I'm filled with hate.
If we could all just, like... If they could just, like, harvest that negative energy, Jessie would have fucking killed Emily years ago. She's been stuck in that collector's box. She wouldn't have stood for that shit.
And she has revolvers.
Popped out. She has revolvers.
She do some revolver ocelot shit. The most powerful handgun in the world.
Love it. She could have done that. She could have done that, and she would have done that if we could all just be a little bit more like Banette. She could have done that.
Be like Banette.
You'll see that I've drawn, be like Banette. You should see that I've drawn some angry eyes and a sad face on Jessie, because that's, I feel like, a pretty good... That's what it would look like if she could have been Banette.
That picture she looks psychotic there. Like, without the face. Like, her eyes, one of her eyes is off center, and she looks like she's about to murder someone because she's filled with hate.
I didn't notice that. I can't see that now.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Thank you for pointing that out.
I wish I hadn't been staring at it for so long.
So yeah, basically, Banette, the concept of a Banette is awful, because if there's one Banette, then there's multiple Banettes, and that means that there could be a small army of discarded toys coming after you. Because let's be real, it's not just going to be like your favorite toy that has come. Like, what happens if you went to a bowling birthday party, and then you all went to the time zone afterwards, and you got to have a go at the claw machine, and you spent $25 in coins at the claw machine. You finally got the thing from the claw machine. That could potentially come back. Think of every time you've ever won some stupid shit at the Easter show or in a claw machine,
The
or
Easter show.
some other crap that you don't really want. That's a toy, and you've discarded it, and it can come back if it just gets angry enough about it.
Just a side note, when you mentioned the Easter show, I'm just thinking, is there anything more of a shared experience for kids growing up in New South Wales than the Easter show?
I love the Easter show. I can't wait to go this year. I love going to the Easter show, because now I get all of the enjoyment of I can choose wisely in the show bag haul instead of buying some dumb shit. My mom's like, here's $25, you can buy a show bag. I'd be like,
Birdie Beetle bag!
Well, Birdie Beetle bags are legit. What I should have done as a kid is said all $25 at the Birdie Beetle bag show. But instead, I was like, yeah, I'll get the Cadbury shit, and then I ended up with 3 cherry ripes, and it's this was a waste of money.
I haven't been since I was in year 8. I should go this year. That'll be fun.
Yeah, no, come this year, because VMH went last year, and it's rad, because you can enjoy all the things that are actually there, like the dog show, and you can go into all the animals and see llamas and alpacas and cows and stuff. It's awesome. I love it.
Cool. I think I should.
Anyway, this has got nothing to do with Banette. So yeah, the prospect of Banette is frankly terrifying, because even if you could handle one toy that you had discarded, maybe one that was particularly well loved, and you had thrown it away because it broke or whatever, and that came back, maybe you could handle one rogue toy, but could you handle your entire childhood's worth of discarded toys coming at you, especially if coordinated, because they're vengeful fucks. They could coordinate if they wanted to.
Yeah. I also have all my Pokemon toys safe still at home. So they're all good. I'm fine in that department.
Excellent. You're safe. I won't be safe.
I'm safe from Banette and its big curse.
Yeah. But just coming back to it, like, Banette, the concept is terrifying. It doesn't look very terrifying, which I feel like is a missed opportunity. I guess maybe because they didn't want to make it too scary, because it's still a toy.
And it's kids' game.
A plush toy that someone would have had.
Yeah.
But they don't scare the kids. However, if you go to the next slide, Mega Banette is...
That's some tentacle shit coming out of its hands.
And can I just say, Mega Banette looks like a marionette. Like,
oh, you're right.
Like, it's got the hands out like this. Yeah, that's what a marionette looks like. I don't know why it took until you get a Mega Banette to finally get a Pokemon that looks like a marionette for marionette Pokemon. Whatever, you know.
Yeah, I think it looks rad, by the way.
Yeah, it looks awesome, and like I like the idea too, because all of the Pokédex entries do reference the fact that it's got its mouth zipped up to keep all its negative energy in. Love it. And you'll notice that Mega Banette has got the zips unzipped, and there's just negative energy coming out.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it actually is really, really cool.
That's really cool.
So because it's got to stay zipped up all the time so it doesn't lose its power, obviously because it Mega Evolves, it's got so much power, it's like leaking out of it. So I really like that touch that it's got the zips are unzipped for Mega Banette. I like how it looks like a marionette. It looks infinitely more menacing than regular Banette, which I think is good for the fact that it's a toy that is going to kill you for throwing it away.
Yep. 5 stars?
Well, I mean, in my heart, yes, but I can't give it 5 stars.
I would say Banette is 4 stars. I would say Mega Banette is 5 stars. Just because the design's really cool.
Yeah, Mega Banette is really cool. I really like Mega Banette. Banette sucks. Shuppet is okay, I get. Well, no, Banette.
Shuppet is a dirty trash puppet. Let's be honest.
I don't like it. I don't like it. But Mega Banette, I mean, I feel like it's like you've slogged through Shuppet, you've slogged through Banette, and you get to enjoy Mega Banette for one battle before it curses you.
If you can't handle me at my Banette, you don't deserve me at my Mega Banette.
Exactly, that's exactly how I feel about this. Like, you obviously have to slog through it and get it. I don't know if it would be worth it to get cursed, and you know, possibly if you look after it enough, maybe it'll just up and fucking leave you and turn back into a toy. But like, it looks cool while it's lasting, you know.
Yeah, sure. Good. So
that's all I've got on Banette. Is there anything that you want to say?
Nope. I agree. Very good. I did not know all those great facts. I did not know that Jesse would kill someone, and is also a Revolver Ocelot.
She's Revolver Ocelot of the Toy Story universe. I think we've made that clear today.
Yeah. Well, we've run over time, which doesn't actually matter because we're a Twitch stream. But yeah. Thanks very much for joining, everyone. I think that was good. I think we talked through a lot of concepts, a lot of big ideas, a lot of cans of worms open. I'm sorry your video is fucked the whole time. I'm pretty sure it's because it was raining last night. So that means that all the internet in Sydney doesn't work.
The internet's fucked. Only for us joyous people who are particularly stuck on ADSL, it's exacerbated.
Well, there's some NBN guys out the front of my house last week, so fingers crossed that my NBN is connected soon.
Oh, for you.
Anyway, I'll end the stream. Thank you for all your contributions, as always, Bianca.
Lovely to do this with you each and every week.
Every week until the end of time. Maybe we should. I was going to say we should ask Callum if he wants to do the Magic Carp thing next time, maybe.
Yeah, that might be a cool, fun idea.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a third person in too, just to get some more perspectives. Because I know mostly, for the most part, we have differing opinions on the Pokemon, which is good. But today we did agree on everything, which is also good.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we can do that next week. That'd be really fun.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Thanks for... Oh. Hello? Is OBS still streaming me?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Did we cut out right at the end?
Yeah, it's still streaming though.
Oh,
Let's cancel. I'll stop it now before... Bye.